we're gonna talk about a couple things that I'm just obsessed with lately that are all over my Pinterest board. I can't even begin to explain to you how soothing and therapeutic just looking at inspo pictures is for me. And like mood boarding or anything that has to do with just looking at beautiful things, it does something to me. Bag charms, whether they're beaded, I know Songma is killing it right now. Heaven Mayhem collabs with Freya NYC, and this is one of the bags with a little bag charm. It's so beautiful. This is just like a chocolate croc embossed bag, and I think the size is like perfect. But just bag charms in general, like let's say you get a very plain simple straw bag and then you add a bunch of charms to it and make it like super colorful summer happy vibes, or just any bag, like a white bag, any bag. It's like adding jewelry, you know, you're dressing up your simple pieces and you're making them more interesting. It's something kind of like tying a scarf to your bag. It's something that's going to add interest to your entire outfit, and it's going to make you want to wear certain bags more. And I just see it really being something that is going to transform your outfits into just more fun, playful outfits, especially now for the summer, but even for the fall and winter. Like I think it's going to be something that we're going to be seeing. Statement wall pieces or units behind beds, or just something other than a regular headboard. Just getting creative with headboards. I recently used just like an entryway table that I had, or like a sideboard, so like a long sideboard, and I threw my screen, my room divider little bamboo screen that I have that I just use all over my house. I threw it over and I created a headboard with that, but I've since removed that because now I'm reutilizing the sideboard again, because I go through phases where I don't like a piece of furniture and then it grows on me and I style it differently and then I end up liking it. So I'm looking at headboard ideas because I don't like just traditional headboards. I'm actually okay with not even having a headboard, maybe hanging some art or something. But again, you guys know how long I take with everything. But just non-traditional headboards or bigger statement pieces behind a bed, thinking outside the box when it comes to headboards. It doesn't necessarily have to be a headboard, just like something that decorates the room and really draws your eye to the center of the room and like behind the bed, and it's an art piece itself. Extra long necklaces with either an interesting pendant or an interesting little stack. I'm gonna make an entire video. I'm actually making a list. It is such a long list already. I'm not even halfway done with it. I'm breaking the accessories down by category, summer accessories, and I made an entire list of all of these longer, mostly corded necklaces, and I'm really loving. So many designers have done such a good job. We've talked about corded regular necklaces. You guys know how much I love my Heaven Mayhem pieces, or just corded necklaces in general, but these very like long ones. The reason that I love longer necklaces so much more than shorter necklaces on me personally is because I have broad shoulders. I talk about this in one of my most popular videos that I've ever filmed, which is how to style broad shoulders. When you draw the eye to right here, let's say you have broad shoulders and you're wearing a tank top and a lot of attention is brought to your shoulders. When you break that up and you add something here, it draws the eye to whatever it is that you're wearing down there. So it brings balance, which is what I love so much. There are so many times, like what I'm wearing right now calls for a longer necklace like that. Very like ocean inspired necklaces with like shells or little charms or just something fun that adds interest to your outfit. I love. Frames in kitchens, art in kitchens, pictures in kitchens, I love. Just a good styling. I think that frames just bring so much warmth and interest to any shelf, not just in a kitchen, but specifically like you just wouldn't think to put a frame in a kitchen, just like you wouldn't think to put a lamp in the kitchen, but I love that too. It just brings such coziness, you know, and I love, like I struggle with loving so many different types of designs that I just end up mixing different types of designs. Like I love mid-century and I have my whole kitchen is pretty much mid-century, but then I mix pieces. So when it comes to styling my shelf, I have a shelf in my kitchen. The wall above it is very plain. We don't know what we're gonna do yet because I do have 2 sconces, a vent hood that's gonna go in, and then I really want to style the shelf. And adding frames like this with like a little plant in the front, or like candles and like cups, and you know practical things that I'm going to obviously utilize. My olive oils or my oils in general, things that I use all the time, mix it up on the shelf. I think it looks so good. And again, not just in kitchens, but like anywhere. But yeah, you just wouldn't traditionally see this in a kitchen, and I just think it looks so good. And really quickly, I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is GRAZA. I tried them, I want to say like about a year ago already, and I never looked back. It is the best tasting olive oil I have ever tried. I use it every single day. I cannot recommend them enough. They stay stocked in my shelf. I always have a backup. GRAZA makes the highest quality olive oil at an affordable everyday price. And it's honestly noticeably more delicious than any of the olive oils that I've ever tried before. And I've tried a lot of olive oils in my day. It costs way less than some other olive oils that I've tried that are way fancier. It's always fresh, never blended, and it's single origin, single varietal. And it's made out of Picual olives from high-end Spain. I'm sure you guys have seen them before. They're the ones that come in these beautiful green squeeze bottles. Very, very, very easy to use when you just need a quick squeeze of olive oil. So personally, the entire experience is just better. And now they've created this trio: frizzle, sizzle, and drizzle, which I love because you have olive oil for every single occasion. So there's no seed oils, no chemicals in them, which I really, really appreciate. Frizzle should replace your go-to neutral oil. So anything that you've been using to cook high heat things in, canola oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, whatever you've been using. So think searing meat, air frying, stir frying, French fries, baking chocolate chip cookies, deep frying, crisping up, pretty much anything. Sizzle is more of an everyday cooking oil. Think roasting, poaching, or marinating. And sizzle is also good for sauteing. And then finally, drizzle is just a finishing oil, which is great for topping things, not for cooking. It's not meant for cooking. So personally, I use it as dressing for salads, but you could also use it like on steaks. And some people even use this on their ice cream. I haven't tried it, but I'm honestly intrigued by it. A lot of people say it's really, really good. So yeah, that's the trio, and it covers pretty much anything that you would need olive oil for. Thank you so much, GRAZA, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Don't forget to check out the description. I'm going to link their trio box down below. Fun, colorful summer bags I've been seeing. We know we got the straw bags, we've got the woven bags, we've got the solid color bags. Now I'm really liking, I've always liked these kinds of bags. I just haven't found one that I love in a color combination that I think would work with a lot of things in my wardrobe. These, like, I don't know if they're straw or just like some kind of woven bag. They have different colors and stripes, and it just adds, again, just a fun pop to your very simple outfits. Just adding a little pop of something with these kinds of bags, I really love. A very well-styled, either stainless steel or glass shelf, any shelf in general, but specifically glass or stainless steel. I'll show you guys some examples, but everything is in how you style it. So we've seen a lot of people do just stainless steel on stainless steel, which I love. I think it's like pretty classic, but a little boring. Like add a plant or a frame or just something, like, you know, like bring warmth to it, because stainless steel is something that's very cold. Like, you know, in a recent video I talked about how I am going to redo this eventually back here, but there are 3 million things I got going on in this house. This is just not a priority right now. So just like a well-styled glass or stainless steel shelf, I'm in love with. And what I love about shelves more than hanging art is that art is a lot more of a commitment. And art nowadays, unless you go to like a very good thrift store, very, very, very expensive. So I have a huge commitment issue when it comes to hanging things on my wall or when it comes to buying art. And that is what I love about shelves. Shelves, it's less of a commitment. You can switch things out. You can take it off the wall if you don't like it anymore, you know, and use it somewhere else. Like, it's not that big of a deal, and it's way cheaper. Something about a shorter, soft, square nail, either in a neutral color or you do like a little cat eye. You guys know how much I love cat eye, but just like short, soft, square nails are my jam. Very like crisp looking nails, like Russian manicure, or, you know, even if it's not a Russian manicure, just like very, very clean looking nails, which honestly, it's something that I'm always into, but now more than ever, like I cannot, aside from red, like I just cannot do a crazy color. It's been a while, actually, for like years at this point, that I haven't been able to do like crazy colors aside from like a subtle cat eye, but just like short, soft, square nails in general, like very, very, very clean, subtle nails. Very into. Even if you don't paint your nails and you just do like a clear color, as long as they're very clean and well groomed. Pointel, give me all of it. In every silhouette, in every color. I recently came across Cocoa Intimates. I got a couple of pieces and I just love everything, but Pointel in general. I have a set from Virvita, a brown set which is just beautiful. There's something so romantic and airy. It works for spring and summer, but also for fall and winter. Very versatile. And it's a nice twist to the regular ribbed, you know, that is what we usually use instead of like plain cotton or just like plain pieces. It's a nice little alternative to that, more feminine, more like airy alternative to that. Loose fitting maxi dresses that are kind of like just shapeless. It just makes you look like a column, but cinching it with anything that you have, whether it's a sarong, a scarf, a sweater, a very thin cashmere crew neck, just anything, and adding shape back into it, but it's still very effortless looking. Not the same thing as wearing something very tight. Like I have tight tank dresses or tight dresses in general. You could also do this too, but it's not the same vibe. Like there's something so effortless about just a very shapeless dress. It doesn't necessarily have to be maxi. I've seen this done with midi dresses as well, and even mini dresses, but maxi just makes everything look so much more chic and elegant, in my opinion. And then the oversizedness makes it look more effortless. And then of course, if you're cinching, it brings shape back in if you're somebody that does not like to look like a cylinder or a column. Obviously, we love regular tank dresses and they don't need cinching, but this style of dress just looks so effortless, in my opinion. And finally, these wood wall nooks. I don't know what you would call it. It's a wall unit, I think. But traditionally, for wall units, usually you see like a TV in there, or you see, you know, just like books or shelving. This is just like an open space where you put bigger pieces of decor in. There's something about it that I love. I have an area in my house that is just a plain wall that we're figuring out what to do with it. And I think that this would look so good. It's kind of like, I feel like it's not very practical. That's the only thing, but there's something about this. I think it's the fact that it's like deep, like there's this deep pocket, this deep, big rectangular pocket that I just love. I don't know, but yeah, decorating it in a different way, or if you just have like a space in your house that you can't, like it's not necessarily for a TV, or even if it is a living room and you don't really care about not having a TV in your living room, or you throw a TV behind this decor, like within the rectangle, I still don't think it'll look bad. I think there's something about the fact that it's like a deeper pocket that looks good. It just gives me a different vibe than a traditional wall unit that we're used to seeing. So that's it. That's everything for this video. Again, thank you so much, GRAZA, for sponsoring this video. I'm going to link their trio box down below, so be sure to check out the description, and I will see you in my next video.